Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, also known as Wide Open Randy, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show helps raise the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts. Holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Man, let's just fucking get straight into it. I need you to stop coasting, right? I need you to either choose either to build or to be broken, right? Because like if you don't build yourself up, then what the fuck kind of life you think you're gonna actually have, right? Like, and that's for real, man. Like I want you to take this deep. Like I want you for it to resonate with you. I want you for you to understand that if you don't do it for yourself, no one is gonna come do it, right? So let me give you a little gut punch type of question, right? How many days are you waking up already fucking tired? How many days are you waking up already fucking irritated? How many days are you waking up like straight up low key mad at the world, right? And then wondering why nothing is changing in your life. How many days, man? You see, this episode right here that we're about to go into, this is your fucking wake up call, man. Because being in a bad mood, right? Being in a bad mood just doesn't like it doesn't just make a rough day rougher, right? It builds a weak life. And when you do this day after day after day, and you're letting your fucking mood control you, right? And you're letting your circumstances dictate how your mood is gonna be, because most of the time it's gonna be fucking shitty, then you're gonna build a weak ass life, right? But the good news, my friend, is that you're not stuck. The good news is that you just need to get intentional, right? You need to get fucking like straight up intentional about hyping yourself up, about getting your mind right, about building daily wins, about building yourself with clarity, right? About what type of life you want to create, right? And knowing what type of energy creates the life that you want to create, right? Because if you want a great life, if you want something that's more, if you want something that's positive, if you want something that's cheerful, that you want something that speaks fucking loudly, and that your family is like, yeah, my fucking dad really shows up for me, right? Then that shit right there is gonna take some intentional action. That shit right there is gonna take you to fucking do things that you don't feel like doing, right? That's gonna make you do things, right? So like you had a long day, you get home from work, you're fucking tired, you're groggy, whatever. You have to literally hype yourself up so that you could be there for your family at your best self, right? And so that's just one little example, right? But how often are we letting our fucking emotions, our attitude, or what happened during the day guide or dictate how we're showing up for others, right? You see, your mood is the steering wheel of your life, my friend. If your mood fucking sucks, then your life starts steering straight into that fucking ditch, right? Just think about it, man. If you're constantly in a bad mood, if you're constantly looking at the bad shit, if you're constantly always on this negative Nancy approach, bro, then you're fucking just driving your life straight towards the fucking pile of ditch, towards the pile of disgust, towards the pile of nothing good that way, right? Like, don't go that way. Don't be that man. Don't let your fucking circumstances dictate how you show up, right? Like, let me give you an example. Like, think about your worst fucking days that you had, right? Like for real. Like, what are some of the worst days that you had in your life, right? And then I want you to think about those worst days, right? And I want you to fucking realize. I want you to feel. I want you to really evaluate, right? How did your mood affect the way that you treated your wife, your kids, your team at work, your own goals? Like during those worst days that you were feeling fucking really shitty, right? How did your mood affect the way you treated your wife, your kids, your teamwork, your goals, your life, your approach on things? Like be real, right? And most of us, if you're being real, will let our mood dictate how we show up, right? Because we're not being intentional. We're not hyping ourselves up. We're not seeing different perspective shift on what's going on, right? But your mood becomes your mindset. This is why this is so important, because your mindset becomes momentum, right? And if you're in a shitty mood, then you're going to create more shitty thoughts, more shitty fucking outcomes. You're going to create just a more shitty frequency, right? But if you flip that on his head, right? If you're in a positive mood, even if you have a great outlook on what's going on, and maybe you're like, oh, maybe things are not going right, but this is all meant to build me, right? Instead of it's here to break me, right? You switch your perspective on what the fuck is happening to you, you're not really changing what's happening to you. All you're doing is changing your perspective and hyping yourself up and fucking really dictating how your mood is going to react so that what's happening to you doesn't control you, right? Like don't don't underestimate how one negative vibe in the morning, throughout your day, during lunch, afternoon, whatever. But let's say just in the morning, right? I don't want you to underestimate this, right? Don't underestimate how just one fucking negative thought, one negative vibe, one negative thing that you had in the morning can ruin the direction for your whole day. Sometimes even your whole week. Sometimes even the whole month, right? Like so many times we let what's going around in our lives dictate the mood that we're in, right? And if you let that shit dictate, if you let that shit control you, if you let that shit steer you, it's in control of you, my friend, right? And so this is what today's episode is all about. If you don't build yourself up, then what? Right? Then what? Well, you're gonna drive straight to the ditch. Well, I'm fucking here to grab you, to shake you, to here to be like, yo, let's fucking grab this wheel, let's turn it the other way, and let's create some intentional actions for ourselves so that we can fucking drive towards what we want to do with our fucking life. You see, the key point here is that you don't need motivation. What you need is momentum. Momentum in the right direction towards you want to go. And that starts with you managing your fucking state. Right? You don't attract a better life by being in a bad mood, my friend. Right? You attract actually more chaos by being in a shit of mood. You attract more negative shit by always being down. You attract like just more things of the same type of mood that you're in by being like that, right? So if you're not always in a shitty mood, if you're always looking at things, if you're always looking at all the problems, if you're always this negative Nancy, if you're a fucking battery drainer, then that's all you're gonna fucking attract to your life, right? And so if you control your state, right, and if you lead your life, and if you, bad shit's happening to me all the fucking time, but how can I look at this differently, right? How can I change my perspective? How can I change the way I look at things so that the things that are in front of me could be different, right? It's not about changing what's there. It's about being intentional with your fucking mood so that you control your state, so you can lead your life, so that you can show up and say, that was inconvenient. Instead of being like, oh my God, I can't believe that fucking shit happened to me. It's always something. No, fuck that. You're not going to create a fucking positive life like that. Right? And even more so, you're not going to be the role model that your family looks up to when they look at you, and every time you lose control of your emotions, every time you blow up, every time you just fucking become this little nagging brat, right? Because shit's are not going your way. Fuck that. That's not how we lead, right? You want to be your own fucking hype man, bro. Because if you're waiting on someone else to motivate you, right, then you've already lost, right? I want you to play your favorite song. I want you to watch that fucking YouTube video that gets your heart pumping. I want you to fucking say it out loud to yourself. Let's fucking go, right? Like it's up to you to put your energy in gear, my friend. No one is going to come do it for you, right? This is what today is all about. For you to know that you got to be your own hype man. For you to know that you're not going to always feel like it. Actually, the truth of the matter is that most of the time we don't fucking feel like it. And so you got to go and produce your state that's going to get you moving in the right direction. Like before I hit the record on this, right? Like I was feeling low energy. I was feeling low state. I was feeling low frequency. I was like, I'm fucking exhausted. Had a long week. It's been a long day, this and that. And then guess what? If I would have kept focusing on that, then I would have been showing up with low energy, with low vibe, with no intention to help you steer your life in a positive direction. Instead, I flip my mood. I flip my perspective. Yes, I'm tired, but this is what makes me. Yes, I am fucking exhausted, but this is what makes leaders fucking separate from the ones who give up when it gets hard, right? So how can you change your perspective of what's going on in front of you so that you can create more for your life, so that you can go further, so that you can do more, so that you can be more, so that your fucking circumstances don't dictate the outcomes that you're gonna fucking produce for yourself, right? Like you wouldn't sit in a sick ass ride, right, and never turn the key. Bro, I know if you're listening here, you're a fucking gearhead, you're a motorhead, you love cars, you love motor, like you love fucking high performance engines, right? So it's fucking truth when we say that you wouldn't sit in your fucking in a sick ass ride, anybody's ride. I know every time I sit in a sick ass ride, I was like, yo, can I turn this bitch on? Can I rev it up? Can I see how it sounds? Can I? And most of the time I even say, yo, can I take this shit for a fucking spin? And so why would you do that to your own fucking mind and your soul, right? Like put that shit into perspective, right? We love motorsports, right? And you wouldn't sit in a badass ride without wanting to hear it, without turning it on, without wanting to fucking rev it a couple of times, right? So why do we sit with our own minds, with our own soul, with his own fucking negative thoughts and crappy feelings and expect things to be turned on? Expect things to be on fire, expect things to create good outcomes, right? When we're not being intentional with how we're showing up. See, let me give you a show, let me give you a little example, right? Like, let's say you're someone who gets up early. Let's say you're someone who works out. Let's say you're someone who throws on a hype video every morning, right? And then suddenly, bam, you're literally walking into the day like you're owning something, like you're owning like this shit, like you're literally creating intentionality towards your day, right? And that version of you who's doing that consistently, right? Even though you don't want to show up, even though you don't want to put that hype song, even though you don't want to go watch that video, but you're like, fuck, I'm gonna force myself, right? And it might not happen right away, but I guarantee you after a little bit, you're gonna be like, oh, yo, what the fuck am I doing, bro? I need to wake up. I'm not gonna let this little bad mood or this little bad frequency or this little bad energy state that I'm in right now dictate what results I am not going to produce. Fuck that, right? You need to create the version of yourself that will crush what's in front of you despite the mood that you are in. And so this is why you need to be your own fucking hype man, because only you, my friend, will know your moods, right? Like, yeah, if I'm in front of you and I see you're in a fucking down state, maybe I could call you out, right? But we need to be in charge of ourselves, right? If you don't build yourself up, then what? Right? You got to be able to like be intentional. You got to be able to like look at yourself and be like, yo, you're acting like a little bitch right now. It's time to level up. It's time to wake up. It's time to change your mood. Time to get up, go for a walk, fucking do something to change it up, because this right here will not produce the results that we want. Right? You got to literally train your brain to expect greatness, right? But if you only feed it like the crappy shit, if you only feed it 87 gas, if you only feed it watered down gas, and if you only feed it shitty ass fucking things, then how do you expect it to give you some gangster ass results? You need to feed it like a champion in order for you to get some gangster ass results, right? This is some fake shit, right? Hype isn't fake. That's actually what I wanted to say, right? Hype is fuel, my friend. Hype is the thing that will get you going when you don't want to, right? Because most of the time people are like, oh yeah, if you're disciplined, you can do it. If you're disciplined, you can do it. And yes, it takes hard. Discipline will get you to do it, but it takes a lot of discipline to develop the discipline, right? It's challenging for you to do it, right? This is why I'm telling you to be your own fucking hype man. When you don't feel discipline, when you don't feel the energy, when you don't feel like doing it, put on something that's going to change your mood, that's going to change your state, that's going to change how you're showing up right there in that moment, so that you can create the things that you want, right? Build the energy you want for the life that you want, right? Like if you want a high life, a grandiose life, if you want to like do more, be more, if you want a better house for your family, if you want to like take things to the next level, move you guys up in class, whatever, well, that shit's going to take you being on a different fucking level than you are right now. That's just going to take you being on a higher energy level, on a higher frequency, on a higher bandwidth of looking at things differently, so that you can create a different life than you have right now. And so win the day, my friend, every fucking day. This is why it's important for you to win every fucking day. And this is why I live by so much of what I do, of like hitting my core non-negotiable tasks, because no matter how fucking sideways the day went, at the end of the day, when my head hit the pillow and I know I knocked out all my non-negotiables, I'm like, yo, I still showed up. I still gave it my all. I got my shit done. Tomorrow we attack it again. Right? Because ain't nobody gonna save you, right? Like if you want to grow, then build. Period. But you got to put things into play that's going to help you create that life over the long term, right? Stop leaving your future to chance, my friend. It's all about the small daily habits. It's all about your small daily energy shifts, right? It's all about the small daily wins. Those are the shits that they all stack up, right? Like, but so many people, what happens is that, and I'm included in that, right? You start doing things, positive habits, little daily shifts, little daily wins, right? And you're like, oh, well, but my life is not changing overnight. What the fuck is happening? Like, no, bro, you gotta be consistent with it. You gotta know that this shit takes time to develop. This is why not everyone is successful, because everyone quits before it becomes a thing. And before it even becomes a thing, it gets challenging as fuck. Right? You don't have to overhaul your whole life tomorrow or in the next week. You just have to show up for yourself today, every day, one day at a time. right? Start your day with gratitude, my friend. Like instead, this is a hard one for a lot of people, right? And I'm myself included in that. When you wake up and you pick up your phone and you're sitting on the toilet, whatever the fuck you're doing, like put your phone down, man, and just think about some things that you'd be grateful for, right? Like, man, I woke up today. I'm fucking sitting here, right? Like, I could have not woken up today, right? I could have, just so many people didn't wake up today, but you did, right? So look at, bring these things down to the smallest thing that you could really think of, because that's going to change your mood. That's going to change your day. That's you focusing on something that you're grateful instead of you turning on and putting your phone and start scrolling mindlessly at the beginning of your fucking day. That's like playing Russian roulette, right? Because you don't know what's going to come up, right? You don't know what's going to show you. Like, bro, instead being intentional, right? And drive your attention, your focus towards having a fucking great day, right? Another thing you can do is get some sunlight. Definitely recommend this. Get some sunlight and a fucking sweat in before you start your day. Preferably before 9 a.m. Preferably before going to fucking work, right? And then as you're fucking taking a shower, speak life into your goals. Say them out loud. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, yo, I'm going to fucking go get this shit happen. I'm going to make this shit happen. I'm going to do whatever the fuck it needs to happen in order for me to create the life that I want, right? You got to talk to yourself. You got to build yourself up. You got to be your own fucking hype man, right? Because if you don't do it, no one's going to do it for you, right? And even if you go put on a motivational video, if you put on an inspirational video, if you put on a hype song, right, those people are doing it, right? But you have to take the action in order to put those things in your life. So at the end of the day, you are the one who's creating the things for your life, right? And like when your wife passes by, this is a good one, man. This is a fucking freebie that you can always do. And don't let your mood dictate. Don't let your grogginess or whatever the fuck you're going on in your life hold you back from giving to those that are more important to you, man. Like compliment your wife, right? Lead your home, right? Like be the fucking thermostat, not the thermometer, right? Like, and what I mean by that is that like a thermostat, you can adjust, right? You can either go really hot, you can go really cold, you can turn on the fan, you're literally adjusting it. You're the climate change, right? Well, the thermometer, it reacts. You can't change the thermometer, right? And so when you're a thermometer, you're being reactive. You're letting what's happening to you control how you feel, how you act, how you think. And so what I mean by be the thermostat is that when things happen in your life, you don't let them control your mood. Yeah, get upset about it for a little bit, then snap out of it. You're in control. You have the power to adjust the thermostat, aka your mindset toward what's going on, right? And so by building yourself up daily is how you become the man who can carry more, my friend. Like, and when I say more, is the man who can build and who can create more fucking success for your life. And the man who can create more fucking pressure, more positive pressure. The man who can lead his family. The man who can build with purpose. The man who can create the things that you want, my friend. You see, be the man who built it, not the man who fucking wasted it. It's time to lock in, bro. And so here, as we wrap up this episode, my question for you, my friend, is what kind of life are you building if your default state is tired? What kind of life are you building if your default state is negative? What kind of life are you building if your default state is always being disconnected, right? And then my challenge for you today is over the next 7 days, over the next week, right? I want you to create your morning hype routine, right? Like find one song, find one quote, find one habit, find something that's going to change your state, that's going to elevate your energy, that's going to elevate your frequency, and is going to be intentional to put you in the fucking mood to kill this shit, right? No excuses. Show up, fire up, and stack those fucking wins, my friend. Because God gave you breath today, right? And so that means that your work's not done. So stop fucking wasting the day on low energy states and stop leaving it to chance. Build yourself up, my friend, because the man you're becoming is depending on you, dog. Let's get to work. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground and I'm calling all the motorsport enthusiasts who want to improve their situation. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back and let's become the badass motherfuckers that we are meant to be. Breaking the stereotype is exactly what we're here to do. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, and helping others level up is the mission that God has tasked us with. If you still haven't subscribed yet, smash that fucking button already, bro, so you don't miss another episode. And if you vibe with today's message, and if you really like to help contribute to the growth of this mission, my brother, do me a solid and share this episode with someone that you know. Share this with another motorhead, share this with another gearhead, share this with another man who needs to hear this. Because that, my friend, is how you help others evolve. That's, my friend, how you help others grow. That's how, my friend, how you help this community expand. I'll catch up with you in the next episode. But till then, live your life wide open, my friend. Peace.